Hello, Commissioner. This is my drawing of the crime scene, including a key and the evidence. This is also my evidence log, this whole page right here. So I think some of the essential questions that would need to be answered is the pills that were in her hand, were they prescribed, and what was the reason that she was using them for? And perhaps she didn't know the dosage intake. That could also be a cause of death. Another question that should be answered is, do the shoe sizes in the crime case, do they match the size of her foot, or could this possibly be a link to a possible suspect? Another question, just like the footsteps, is the hair that was in the crime scene, does that correlate to her DNA, or could that perhaps be somebody else that we can investigate later? Another question that needs to be answered was, how big was this swarm of flies? Because we could use that amount to indicate how long the body's actually been there, and like how many eggs there were. And then another, and possibly the most important question, is what condition is her body actually in? Does it look like, have there been signs of struggle? Like, has she been assaulted? Or perhaps she fainted and she hit her head on the desk and passed away. So the three possible causes, I think one could have been that she overdosed, and that could explain the pills in her hands. I think another thing that could have happened was perhaps that something in her medical history could be linked to her fainting, and she hit her head on the desk on the way down and perhaps passed away from the amount of blood loss and head trauma. And also another possibility could be that she was murdered or assaulted by somebody else, and she's a victim of that. So what traits do I, as a biomedical scientist, what traits would I have? I think I'm very persistent. I think I want to see the solution to a task that I do. I'm very hardworking. Another thing, I'm very collaborative. I like to work with people. I like to see other people's perspectives, and I find it really rewarding to just work with others. One thing that I would need to work on is being a critical thinker. I think I struggle a little bit with, I can't notice all these smaller details or what exactly they mean without somebody else pointing it out for me. So I just would need to work on that. So I think three traits that would specifically go hand in hand with this specific case is one, honesty, because you want to be able to give her loved ones like a clear answer about what happened to her. And the other two would be being collaborative and a good communicator, because you're going to have to work with a lot of different specialists to run a lot of different tests to see exactly what happened to her. And then three biomedical careers that I would be interested in. Personally, I want to be an MRI tech because I think this job would be very rewarding, and just being able to help people, and it's often overlooked in the medical field. I feel like I would be very good and proficient. I would be able to complete the tasks that would need to be done. Another rewarding job in the biomedical field would be being an EMT. I think the people who just do that, they're leaders, and I think I would be able to adjust to this fast-paced kind of environment. And another job that really interests me is a dental assistant. I think it would be really neat to take these x-rays and just be a helping hand for the dentist, and I think I would be able to complete this kind of to-do list that they need to be done in order to go through the appointment as thoroughly and proficiently as possible. So thank you.